In this video, I want to tell you about why in Canada some houses have a second kitchen. When we did the video about our house where we live, the house that we bought about 7 years ago here in Canada, you can check out this video via this link or via link in the description. When we were doing this tour, some people were asking, why do you have a second kitchen in your house? Why do you need second kitchen in our house? And there are some reasons why people have a second kitchen in the houses here in Canada and why they build second kitchens in the house. Usually when builder build the house, they don't plan it for a second kitchen. They don't do second kitchen there unless it's a custom designed house and you build the house for yourself with the constructor, directly working with the constructor. But in general, in regular neighborhoods, you won't see the plans for a second kitchen in the house. When we bought our house, it was kind of divided to two separate areas. So first area was the first floor and second floor, second level, because it's a backsplit house. It's interesting design and gives you more room, more space. But from outside, house looks like a regular bungalow. So anyway, when we bought the house, it was divided to two separate areas. One area was upstairs, first level, second level, and another area was downstairs, which was walk out to the backyard. It's not the basement, it's still the level above the ground. And this area, this separated area, it had kitchen, bedroom and basement, which goes down below, which goes on the ground. Basement with two rooms and bathroom, which was used as a living room and bedroom. The reason why it was divided like this, because upstairs, in the area upstairs, lived couple, family, young family, a couple with kids. And in another area lived their parents. So the house was kind of split to two different units. You could live and you could not meet each other. So parents who were living in another part of the house, they were using a back door through the backyard to get out and to get in. So they could live in the same house, but they could live like a separate family completely. So that's why in some houses people do it like this. So they can live upstairs or they can live downstairs, and each areas they can split the house to two different areas, and they will have a kitchen in basement, and they can rent it out, and they can get some money that will help them to cover their expenses, that will help them to cover their mortgage payments. And that's a very common thing here in Canada, and that's why people do it. Sometimes it goes this way because people want to live with their parents, let's say a family with their parents under the same roof, and that's another reason. But this reason is rare. The most common and the most popular reason why people do two kitchens in the house, because they want to rent it out apart. We know the family, they were living in the basement with the kitchen, with few rooms. There were a bedroom, a living room, kitchen, bathroom, full functioning bathroom, and they were renting out the above the upper floor area. They basically were renting out the whole house, and they were living in basement. This way they were covering most of their expenses for the house, but the house was there. They owned the house, they bought the house, but that helped them to live this way for some time and help them with mortgage payments. And when they felt that they don't need that much help, they just switched. They start renting out the place underground, the basement place, and they start living above the ground. They start living in the main area of the house. That's why in some houses you may see second kitchen. That's why people do second kitchen. For us, we didn't have this intention to rent out the place. We want the whole house for ourselves. We didn't want to rent it out. But sometimes we have friends over for a few days, and sometimes we had friends who were living with us for longer period of time, and they were staying in the guest room. They were using our this kitchen that I'm standing right now. That's our second kitchen, And sometimes it's handy for us too, because this kitchen has access to the backyard, and when it's proper season, we use this kitchen most often, and another kitchen is not as usable as during winter, let's say. So that's our way. We didn't plan to have it rented, but in case if we want to do it, we have the ability. We can do it, and we can split the house two different ways, and we can rent out this part, and we will be living in another part of the house. So that's why it is. It's a really interesting thing to know. It's a really good thing to know. And when you're looking for a place to rent, for example, you may see some ads that are showing you just the part of the house you can rent, or a basement that you can rent. And sometimes, as we were doing video before about renting basement, it all depends. Sometimes you can rent a really good basement, like we have friends who live in the basement, which is really great. The house is modern, the house is big, the house is nice, they can use the backyard, they can live in the basement. There's a separate video that I'm gonna do about the basement, or you can check out our older video about the basement apartment. And you just have to be aware of it, and it's a really good thing to know. When you're gonna be buying a house, you can think about this too, because if the space in the basement is allowing you to do it, if it's enough space for a family to live there, or if it's enough space to make like an apartment, bachelor apartment, it's a very popular and common thing to do. You can set it up, not necessarily as big kitchen like we have here, but small kitchenette or small kitchen area with necessary stuff in there, and the people can live there, and they can they can partially cover your expenses for the house. They can partially cover your mortgage. So that's the reason. I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope I answered the questions that people were asking about our second kitchen, why we have it. It just happened. We didn't plan it to do, but we did a renovation to this kitchen because it was old. We did a renovation. We like it here too. We like this kitchen too. We don't use this kitchen as much as I was saying. We use mostly main level kitchen, but this one we use when we have friends over, big company, when we use backyard, when we do barbecue. This is a really handy kitchen to have. Anyway, if you have any questions, ask me in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next time.